Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to knit the fisherman's rib stitch. Now it's a nice easy beginner pattern if you've already mastered the knit stitch, and it looks really good on a scarf. So this pattern is fairly simple. It's just made up of two different rows which are repeated for the whole pattern, and it basically alternates between a knit stitch and a knit one from below. So the knit one below might take a little bit of practice if you've not done it before, but I'm going to show you how to do it and you'll pick it up in no time. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is cast on an odd number of stitches. So I've cast on 17 stitches. And the first row is just going to be our setup row. So we're just going to do this row once, and it doesn't count as part of the normal pattern. The following two rows are going to be our pattern, which we repeat for the rest of the knitting pattern. So the setup row, we are just going to knit every stitch. So now we start with the actual pattern. So the part that's in the asterisk, we repeat that until the last stitch, and then we knit one. So it's going to be knit one from below, repeat that until the last stitch, and then you knit the final stitch. So we knit one, and then knit one from below. So if you've not done this before, it might take you a few attempts to understand it, but basically, instead of knitting through this stitch like we normally would, we're going to knit one from below. So you see this little V underneath. You're going to put your needle in. So it's going to look like this. And then you're going to knit that. So you bring it through, and then you push that needle. Sorry, you push that stitch off the needle like you normally would. So we're just going to repeat that. So we're going to knit one, and then we knit one from below. So if you kind of turn your work slightly away from you so you can see that little triangle, and you knit that. So you bring it through the stitch below and then push the stitch off the needle. So knit one from below. Just so you can see it from a different angle, it should look like this. And then you knit that and bring it through the stitch below. Push that stitch off the needle. Knit one. Knit one from below. Knit one. Knit one from below. Knit one. Knit one from below. And you repeat that until the last stitch. And then we just knit the last stitch. So now for the second row of the pattern, we're going to knit two. Knit one from below. So Hopefully the knit one from below is making sense. But if not, just keep practicing it. When I was learning it, I went wrong in that I would knit it through, but then I wouldn't pull off that stitch from the needle, and I ended up knitting this one as well, and then I'd essentially gain a needle. So make sure you pull that one off the needle. So we knit one from below. So it can help if you kind of pull the left side of the needle over, so then you can really see where that stitch is that you need to go into. If it's quite bunched up and close like this, you can't always see where you need to go. So if you pull it apart, then it's going to go through the loop underneath, pull it through, push the stitch off the needle. Knit one from below, 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 knit one. So that will be, so now we've knitted to the last stitch on the row. So again, we finish it with knit one. So we're now just going to repeat those 2 rows for the rest of the work, and that's it to the knitting pattern. So it's a good idea to keep a tally of which row you're on, because obviously they are slightly different. So it's good to keep count. So what I do, I've got one of these stitch counters. So once I've knitted a row, I just turn it to 1, and I know that I've just done the first row. So I know my next row is the second row, so I can keep track of where I am. Or if you don't have one of these, you can just keep a tally on a piece of paper. Or if not, if you haven't kept a tally and you've forgotten which row you've just done and you're not sure which one to do next, another way to remember it is if the tail, the short tail of the yarn, if it's on the right hand side of your work, that means you've just completed row number 2. So the next row to do is number 1. So I'll just show you that row again. So row 1 is knit one from below, 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 and then we've come to the last stitch, so that's knit 1. So now the short tail of the yarn, that's now on the left of my needle. So that means that I've just finished row 1, or an odd row, which means that the next row I need to do is a row 2. So that's just another way to keep up with where you are with your work if you haven't kept a tally. Knit 2, knit 1 from below. So just inserting it in that stitch below, just that hole underneath the stitch that you've got on the needle. Pull that through, push that off the needle. Knit 1 from below. Knit 1 from below. Knit 1 knit one from below, knit one. So I'm just pulling my work apart, just putting a little bit of tension on it so I can see where that hole is that I need to put the needle through. And then this is how it looks on the other side. So if you're not sure if you're doing it right, just compare it to this, what it looks like here. And if you haven't got it first time, do keep trying with it. It took me a few tries to get this one, but just keep going with it. Knit one from below, and then you knit the final 2 stitches. And that's all there is to the pattern. So it's just repeating those 2 rows until you've got the desired length that you like. And I do find it is helpful to keep a tally of which row you're on, just so you know where you are and you don't get lost.